So you mentioned Lippert here, and Lippert, it's a pleasure to work with a partner like them, because they really get it. They understand what they want to be able to do. They know what their problems are. They know what they need to do internally to help solve them. And they also know when to bring in the right team outside who can really kind of, again, accelerate their goals and really get them pointed. And so a couple of areas that Lippert is super relevant to a company like Lippert. Um, Again, they're a multi-billion-dollar manufacturing company, and so for them, a big part of their growth model is acquisitions. And with acquisitions comes a whole litany of issues. As anyone who's ever dealt with that, or if you expand out operations, if you're in that type of business, the more you grow, the more you ingest, the more potential issues you kind of inherit, and the more risk you're down adding to your organization overall. And so you have to find a way to produce some standards and be able to ensure that not only is your core business, secure and safe and operating effectively, but now your new entity, you want to be able to unlock what you just invested in and make sure you can do that securely and safely. It's not always just about IP. You still have to operate in many cases. You want to make sure you're doing that cleanly. So what they came up with is a couple of different solutions we brought to bear. But some of the more relevant ones is, how do you do patch management for all these new companies plus your own company? And then as you continue to expand, you just keep adding your footprint, but you don't really necessarily have the ability to increase headcount to support that. And maybe, there's other technologies you want to bring to bear. So, like a lot of companies, they had made some very significant investments in tools like Microsoft System Center Configuration Manager, and which does a lot of patch management and application deployments and things along those lines for internal Microsoft shops. So, potentially endpoints and servers can be patched and maintained using these servers. And then you can, deploy apps and things along those lines pretty centrally, but not all these acquired companies will have something like that in place. And so you have a choice, do you want to integrate their domain? Do you want to, integrate all these services and try to use it that way? Or do you want to leverage a cloud solution to be able to scale out and make things like applications, distributable anywhere to any device? But while ensuring that you're maintaining security standards for the company, can you expand out and be able to bring in support, BYOD, bring your own device deployments and environments? And so they were quickly understanding that the best way for us to scale is to bring in a partner who can really provide some management and guidance on that from a larger team who can be kind of focused on this. And so as we expand our operations, we expand our business, we can maintain our security standards and our patching standards and application deployment standards at scale infinitely. And so they brought in an MSP to tackle that. And that's one of the main areas that we've been able to expand recently.